And we are live. Don't know if anybody is here. I'm just setting things up. The Ruth is supposed to come in just a little bit. He had to run an errand, but I generally don't start the streams late. Um, Still messing with setup, basically. Nothing super weird. This is going to be a fairly, a simple mission, but not that simple. Uh, we have to protect a dropship that had, not crash landed, but landed with some issues. So it needs to be protected while the enemy tries to get in and capture it. I'm trying to think here. I think I'm going to change this. Start at beginning of round two is a better time for me to get those deployed. If I start them at round three, things might already be really bad for me. I really don't know how things are going to go. So I'm just going to, or what I can do, I think I'm going to do this for the different helicopters that are going to be bringing in a bunch of battle armors and bringing them in at this one at game start. Deploy this one before round two, before round one, this one before round two, and this one before round three. So basically, they're going to come in staggered. Each of them carry a block of Ravager battle armors from the Marian Hegemony, Marauder battle armors from the Marian Hegemony, and Inner Sphere standards, which are your bog standard Inner Sphere battle armors, and they're still pretty decent. They're just not the best around anymore. Depending on really on the weapon, if they the one with the light recoilless rifle, I think is quite surprisingly good, while the other ones is laser. I mean, it's a small laser. It's still okay. It kind of works. Um, the Marauder battle armor is basically a battering ram in battle armor form. You get a recoilless rifle, a pair of support PPCs, and a tag, which is not always super useful, and automatic rifle because you actually have N holds for them. Marauder battle armors are very slow. They're heavy battle armors. You just drop them somewhere and they start causing trouble. The crane heavy transport is honestly nothing fancy. It's a basic helicopter with machine guns on the right side and the left side. It's your UE, basically. Okay armor, which is good on a VTOL, and it's not terribly fast. It's faster than some of the other helicopters out there. The big advantage is you get 8 tons of troop carrying capacity. And as with most thing, if you've got a battle armor with mag clamps, well, you can clamp it to the side, which is what is going on here. You've got two groups of a battle armor in the side holds, and the Marauders are just holding for their dear lives on the side of the thing as it's shaking its way in. Probably not the most comfy thing ever, but it kind of works. I don't have much configurations to make. I could put tandem rounds in the SRM4 of the Bombardier. Um, Bombardier is a little bit of an odd mech. I don't confuse it with the Archer, but I always see it as a complement to the Archer. It's not as aggressive. You can't be getting into people's face as much with it. 65 tons, decently fast. I kind of enjoy it as a support unit. And the Orion with a light Gauss rifle. This one is all NARC capable. I should actually swap those for NARC capable. That's what I'm going to do here. since we have a guy with an arc, I can narc capable all the missiles on everybody. Well, I can't narc capable street missiles, obviously. Those are Artemis capable, so I don't have to worry about that. The Goliath I can make narc capable. And the Crusader, Artemis capable, MML 7, so he is good. I'm actually going to do that as well with these guys. Bring in the tanks at the start of round 2 instead of the start of round 1. So, as to give people a bit of a staggered deployment. I mean, when you're creating missions, I'm creating missions pretty much from the ground up here. You have to try to think of all sorts of things. And the campaign is going fairly well for the players. Did have a few losses in the last game. Blew up a crossbow and a battle cobra. They have some resources to fix those, so at least they can do that. They can replace some of their mechs that they've lost with some of the things that they've captured already. Let me see if we get any news from anyone on my side. I'm in the middle of recording the crossbow. Just going through things one at a time. I'm gonna shut it down. It's a pretty straightforward process when I record and edit videos. Just hope things go well. The Cataphract video is doing pretty well. We've got a decent amount of people watching it. It's kind of expected. It's a more popular mech, or a mech that people know a little bit more, I would say. I'm not sure if it's popular or not. I mean, I have a weird feeling when I'm dealing with that one, is that people know it. It's in a bunch of the video games, but people just don't really play it. It's a little bit of an odd duck, I guess. I kind of enjoy it. It falls in the same category as your Warhammers, your Marauders, your kind of mid-range support brawlers. It is a good mech, in my opinion, in most of its configuration, so I'm happy there. There's been a few people complaining about the paint jobs on the mechs in the different videos. I mean, I generally ask people for their contribution on the different mechs, and I'm going to showcase pretty much as many things as I can for those during the videos. I mean, even if the quality of whatever you painted is not the best or not the fanciest, I personally don't care. The fact that you painted something means that you are doing what you need to do. It's a lot of fun to paint, and that's what is required. Is to have fun. It's not. If you're not having fun and you're not painting, it's not always the most pleasant. What else is going on? The Viper video is already recorded and up on the channel if you're a channel member. So that's a thing. I haven't had the time to really update a whole lot of things on the website recently, mostly because, well, those games are taking a bit of time. I mean, a little bit. I'm doing more games than I even expected I was going to do to begin with. And the other bit work has been a little bit odd for me. They just change things around a little bit. I'm changing contracts left and right. It makes my life a little bit more tricky, let's say. So I'm trying to keep as much time as possible for playing Battletech, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to play Battletech all the time. Let's see here. else? What else? What else? While we're waiting, I'm just trying to think here. I haven't had any big inspiration either for designing new mechs or different things. I played around with a few things that Real Mechas Love sent out, but it was really just funky things. I made a longbow carrying infantry and a construction stone rhino. It's just the things that came up. Other things that he did earlier recently were some ALO style mechs and equipment, and I have not much inspiration for that because, well, I've never really played Halo. I'll be quite honest here. I beat Halo 1, I played a little bit of Halo 2, and that's about it. Halo is just not my thing personally. Well, if your toddler's playing piano, I mean, that might mean that one day they'll be able to play piano fairly well, which is a good thing. I'm trying to think here of what I would need as well, potentially for the campaign, and I don't really need much, as we're starting to have quite a few different things in Battletech, to be quite honest. I'm keeping an eye out. See who's coming in. What was I wanting to mess with for a vehicle? There was something I wanted to mess with, and I just can't remember off the top of my head. Wanted to make it maybe make a standard MBT, something not super fancy, but functional. That's a weird things with tanks. They're not always super functional. So I have to maybe think of something. One of the big problem with a lot of tanks is that in the more modern eras, most tanks are something like 2, 3, 4 Gauss rifles mounted on the turret and just lugging them around. Uh, could make a tank with hardened armor. That's usually funny. Ballistic reinforced is pretty cool. I like ballistic reinforced armor personally. You need the armored. Is it armored? Yeah, armored motive system. It's also a fairly popular thing, but it's heavy as it is quite heavy. Okay, but it does make the tank a lot tougher. Yeah, we're waiting on Druth. He had to go run an errand real quick before the game. It is unfortunate, but it happens. HVACs. This is a really odd weapon, and I'm never sure if it's really worth it. To get a tiny bit more, well, an okay increase in range, 61220 compared to 61218 on an LBX of the same class. You don't increase the damage, you increase the heat. I'm really not sure those are worth it at all, actually. Rifles. Someone asked me a question about rifles this week. Why were rifles not being used a whole lot? Rifles sound good on paper. You look at the weight, you look at the damage, sounds good. The heat's not too bad. They're very ammo inefficient. If you look at them, like a heavy cannon is takes something like 6 shots per ton. Yeah, 6 shots per ton at a damage of 9. So it's really inefficient. But the real problem is your damage actually goes down on all the rifles when you shoot them on a uh, anything that has a bar 10 armor. So barrier rating of 10, which is standard armor for most battle mech. So those things are good for like primitive weapons or finding other primitive mechs, trying to blow up non-military equipment. But against any battle mechs, they are honestly not that great. Would an upgraded version of the rifle that does the appropriate damage and have a better ammo efficiency, would it kind of help solve the problem that the ballistic weapons are really not that good in Battletech? Possibly. That might be something to look at or imagine. Uh, it's really weird when you look at those kinds of weapon. If I just wanted to make a basic battle tank, what would I do? Case. Case are important in a tank for it to not kill everybody that's on board. I mean, 18 tons, and like the thing is, with a tank, you can put a whole lot of armor. The maximum armor on a 60-ton tank is 250 points, which is quite a bit. And if you look here, that would be ballistic reinforced armor. So autocannons and missiles would have damage to that. That would be quite scary. But would that be a good tank? I mean, 4.6 LB10X with 2 tons of ammo, case, and a lot of armor? Not really. I don't think it would be that good of a tank, especially not at a price of 3 million per. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm here. I made it.
And I've got your unit up. I'm just going to transfer control of it to you.
Yes.
Then I'm going to tell you to save it. And then I'm going to transfer the dropship to you so you can have the dropship.
Oh, yes, the object that we are defending today.
The object you are defending today, yes.
All right, MegaMek is open, so let's get connected.
Remember to have your admin on.
Taken care of.
All right. Yay, Radman is fun.
Okay, connect to a game, yeah?
Yep, just have to connect to my IP address.
Working on it.
Hello, Mr. Noth. Thank you very much for being here. We're live streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and X. Because that's just what I do now, since I have the ability for it. Change owner to you. There you go.
All right.
And you'll have to select your camo and do the C3I link on all of the mechs. That's the part you need to do.
Okay, so let's do that real quick. I assume we right-click it.
You double-click on it.
Double-click.
Yep.
Ah. Deployment, quirks.
It's an equipment.
Okay.
It says C3 network, create a new network. The first one will just say create new network, and all the others you connect to the first one.
Okay, so we will connect all the mechs to the command mech, yes?
Yes, well, it doesn't really matter since those are C3Is. They're just going to mesh like they should. While if you were messing with a regular C3 network, you really have to say, like, this one connects to this master, this one connects to this master. This master is a company level master, so it has 3 other masters connected to it. C3I, fairly simple. What's the other one? CEWS, the ones that Volcat are using. Very, very simple. You can even change them as the game goes on. That's fantastic. The regular C3s, they can get a little bit funky if you've got a lot of units on the table.
Okay, so for the C3 network here, we want to connect the Bioroid mechs to the pilot mechs, yeah?
Basically.
Okay. So let's start with the...
It doesn't really matter because it's all together, basically.
All right.
Since they're C3 eyes, you don't have to worry too much about what is what. It's the simpler one to use and the smarter one in the end.
Okay, so did I do it right?
No, you've got 2 units. You should connect everything to the gladiator.
Got it.
It'll be the simplest solution.
Do.
And we see your BV just slowly
Okay.
creep up as you do that.
Should that be happening?
Yes, that should be happening
All right.
because you get 10%, a BV tax of 10% per mech connected to the C3, basically.
Okay, so I've got the Ryoken join up to the gladiator,
The
but
archer, do the same thing.
oh, wait a minute. So I double clicked on the gladiator, and I assume you can see what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, no, I can't see what you're doing, but you
Oh wait,
don't need
create
to
new
click on.
network.
Yeah, you're good. Just go to your archer and say connect to the gladiator. Go to your Phoenix Hawk, connect to the gladiator. Shadow Hawk, connect to the
Oh, I see.
gladiator, and you
I get it.
should be fine. I don't have any C3s in this one. I've got a few different C3s in the other games I'm bringing in. Just because of what unit I've rolled or have been selected.
All right, that should take care of it.
Yes, and it's normal that you have 1 free because you have 5 mechs. And a C3I network can have up to 6 mechs associated with it. Go to save unit list on the left side.
Save unit list, left side. Ha!
And just save your unit list.
And just say okay.
Then I'm going
And I'm done.
to send you the dropship. You shouldn't be shooting with the dropship. You shouldn't be doing much. I mean, it is supposed to be shut down.
The dropship's the Mercer.
Well, is a Mercer, which is
A Mercer, yes.
Okay. Altitude should be 0 at the start because it's landed. Okay.
Anything I need to do with this, or?
Well, go change your camo. Click on the big camo button.
Okay.
Just choose a Alpha Galaxy. You go to clans, Steel Viper. You should have. Alpha
Okay,
Galaxy.
hold up. Where was the thing to open the camo again?
You've got a big next to player setup. You've got a big button on the right.
Player setup.
That's your just team, configure player, add bot. On the right of that is a button with a color. Should be green for you or something like that. You click on that button. And you can shoot.
Yeah, I'm not. Player setup, okay. Yeah, I found it.
All right. You should have
okay.
a big red button. No, it's not a big red button. It should be a big green button for you.
Okay, so I'm not seeing a green button at all in the player setup screen. I'm seeing that grayish colored box.
Okay, click on the grayish colored block. I mean, you have to select
click
your
on
spell.
it, and I've got the dropship selected.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm clicking on that gray box and double clicking, but nothing is happening.
Are you? And you click on your own team on the left side? Should be team 3.
Okay. I get it.
There we go.
The MegaMek learning curve.
It's a lot simpler than it was. I am assuring you of that. That's the worst part.
All right. And we are in Alpha Galaxy, so we will use that scheme.
Should be the wavy, the black and
red.
red.
Look at that.
They are nice looking. I mean, there's some situation where you might need to use another one, or if you play on your own, or with friends, whatever, you can easily do that. I'm pretty much ready to go, so As I've explained to a few people, on my side, things are going to be deploying progressively. The mechs start at first, and then the tanks are going to come in at round 2. Helicopters coming in staggered. I would want
C3 means cry confused and chaotic.
in your player setup, go to configure player. For your deployment area, go northwest. Should be deployment width of 3.
Okay, configure player.
Middle section is going to be your
New deployment area. Deployment.
choose
Northwest.
west
I see.
and choose a deployment zone of 3. And I'm going to ask you to dropship first.
Oh, choose one of those 3 on the north side of the map.
Northwest. I want you to click on.
Okay, northwest, and say okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we should be able to click undone now.
Yep, I'm done. It says I'm done. I'm done. And we can start killing each other. What a fun time.
All right, and you said you wanted me to be the first to deploy and put the dropship somewhere first, right?
No, the first thing you deploy is your dropship. I'm going to ask you to do that.
Okay, and we said it's going to be in the northwest area?
Yep. I have so many battle armors. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I still need to get
basically you have to you can't let the battle armors get into the dropship. That's your main objective.
Okay.
Roscoe deciding to start MegaMek with aerospace fighters. Your wife is special. I barely understand how aerospace fighters work nowadays. Used to be fairly straightforward.
Oh yeah, she seems like a mad woman for that, and I applaud her.
I mean, it takes time to learn how to play MegaMek, but it's not as terrible as it used to be, and it's enough that it's something you can do.
Okay, so I have a problem here. I've got my deployment zone all highlighted. Looks like I'm good to deploy, but it's not letting me select the dropship.
Select the mechs first, then. Okay, well,
yeah.
Maybe it's going to ask you to deploy the dropship last because it's an ASF asset, and I think that's might be why. Anyways, my helicopters are going to come in staggered, so I can bring my helicopters into, well, always from my corner, but
for sure.
They will try to get there and then drop the massive amounts of battle armors I have brought. It's not even funny. I think I've got more battle armors in this particular mission than I've ever had battle armors in any game ever.
I have yet to try out battle armor. Should be interesting.
It's fighting them that can get a little bit confusing.
Oh, so many windows.
I'm using 2 screens and I've moved some stuff to the other window. What I might do is this. The mini map you guys don't really want to see, but the
I should invest in
more interesting for you guys.
I should invest in a second screen. Right now I'm just using a repurposed old TV as a monitor.
That is always a strategy. But having lived with 2 monitor for a while at work, I wouldn't be able to not use not use 2 monitors anymore. I mean, when you have just one, you're like, why would I need 2? And then you have 2, and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then like a couple of weeks later, you're like, it'd be nice if I had a third one. It's probably like ladies with cats. You're like, yeah, I probably should get one more, right? Just one more.
It's like buying the plastic crack.
I mean, I don't need another box of this particular lance, but it's not a bad idea.
We're going to have you all coming in from up there, I think. No, of course I don't need that new Blood Bowl team that just came out, or I don't need that new cool terrain piece.
Terrain piece, at least, terrain pieces are easier to justify because you're normally going to be able to use it in more than one game.
True,
Some
true.
houses become very, very big in Battletech, but you know.
I knew one guy who would cut up all of his sprues from his models and then use the pieces to make walls and bunkers.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen all sorts of things done. There's some really cool hard cardboard terrain nowadays that is not that expensive.
Really?
And it looks really good when it's on the table. And you don't really need to paint it because it's cardboard, so it's already colored. So you can make like little houses and things like that. And it was great for Warhammer and Warhammer, Bolt Action, those kinds of games, really great. But once you get to a larger scale, like, you know, a battle mech, those houses become really big. Like, really, really big.
Man, I heard that Bolt Action just came out with a 3rd edition.
Yeah, they were announcing it for a little while. I haven't checked the 3rd edition yet, but they're going to be. Don't think it's a bad idea. Okay, that's how it's.
All right. Let's defend this dropship.
Oh yeah, it's because it's flying. It always going to show as it's flying, while it should be landed, and that's not how it should be. Never mind. I'm not sure. I've tried to have it land in all sorts of ways, and it's not doing what it should. Yeah, never mind.
2, 3. Oh, wrong dude. Gonna start finding a good position for the archer.
Trying to think of what videos I'm going to be doing next week. Might do the Goshawk since we've seen quite a few of those, and the model is available, so that one's pretty easy. I almost want to do the Grizzly, but I don't know how many people have Grizzlies available.
I will be done painting up mine soon.
No, that is a good thing to hear.
I've been looking for models for a Rye modder as well, but I can't seem to find any.
Ironwind doesn't have one?
Not that I saw. I can go back and double check sometime.
No, there's some stuff that they don't because they were mechs from.
It is a modified Grizzly fluff-wise, or it's built on the Grizzly. So a way you could do it, I suppose, would be to do a little kit bashing with a plastic Grizzly.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
All right, waiting on you.
Oh, I didn't hear the little ding. Okay. Look down here, see what we got. Let's start getting set up.
Asbert's saying that he probably has one and he'd be able to do 2D colorization, which is pretty good. I mean, I'll take Grizzly as well. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do Grizzly and Goshawk next week. It's going to be a clan heavy week, but that's fine.
Okay, Shadowhawk's going to start making a little jump. Whoopee!
Billy.
Ha ha!
Ryan, do what you can.
His best.
It's not one. I mean, it's a decent enough Orion. I mean, the LRM-20 that's on it is what makes it good. The rest is okay-ish.
On the Orion?
Yeah, well, it's a modern Orion with a light Gauss rifle rather than the 10 class autocannon. It's got
Aha.
arc. It's a fancy Merrick piece of equipment, basically. House Merrick likes their light Gauss rifles, as I keep joking.
Oh, speaking of House Merrick, when I was doing my research into Comstar and the Word of Blake,
Mhm.
I found out that the Merrick, well, supposedly anyway, the Merrick that gave the Word of Blake refuge within the Free Worlds League was that body double of Thomas Merrick that Comstar had put there.
Oh yeah, I mean, House Merrick and Comstar have always had a really fun relationship with each other.
I was deceived. As
They
the
got
kids
fucked.
say, heckin' bamboozle.
They got messed up. Let's say.
Okay, the dropship is down, so I'm just gonna skip that movement.
Okay.
That is what it is. Yes, downed.
Yeah. Loses elevation. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, we're good there.
But you did say its weapons are still active, right?
Uh, barely. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Got anything that would reach this turn? No. Map's big enough that I've got nothing that's going to reach turn 1. Even though light Gauss rifle has good range, not that good.
Jeez, where is all that? Oh, that dinging must because you're shooting.
Well, I've skipped all my things, so
Yeah, nothing is in range.
there shouldn't be much in range at this point.
The only thing that could potentially hit anything would be my archer, and nope, nothing is in range.
No.
Okay.
All right, that's an easy enough first turn.
The first turn, they all step forward and T-pose at each other.
All right.
And as was the custom in these days, the armies lined up and yelled at each other.
All right. Make sure you press done on the end report, and we'll go with the next turn. I've got more stuff coming in.
Hello, steel vipers. You are pigs, and soon we will put apples in your mouths and stick you in our toaster ovens.
Okay.
And he wrote.
All right.
Some movement on that thing again. Boop, 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 doo, doo. 4-6. Okay. The movement you have selected will require a roll of 0 or higher to avoid mask failure. Do you wish to proceed? Well, that sounds like I just have the roll.
Yeah, that's it's just a thing that I've modified. Well, it's one of the optional rules.
Okay.
Masks don't fail the first turn you use them.
House rule.
I think it's an official rule on MegaMek, and you can even have it do for the first 2 turns. At that point, it gets a little bit too good. I mean, next turn you'd need a 3. The winner turn after a 5. So I mean, with the first turn being free, it makes the mask less problematic, I think, because I mean we know that stuff always jams and stuff always doesn't work like it should.
If something can go wrong, it will go wrong.
There you go. Ultra autocannons are well known for that.
Who, Merrick?
Oh, everybody's ultra autocannon. Oh. First turn where you shoot an ultra AC-20. Well, there it goes, jam. I was going to say every time, but not every, just most.
Most of the time. Part of the reason why the Atlas has never worked out for me. Do, 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 do.
No, that's all right. Trying to close in different ways. Some people would say there's a lot of terrain on this, but honestly, there really isn't.
I don't know. It didn't feel that way to me. Even though I'm not a very good judge of map density or terrain density.
You're in a good corner, so that helps. Well, can you, on the dropship, can you lower the altitude down to 0?
We're going. Oh, the dropship. Yeah. It's not moving.
Well, can you go in the option at the bottom and have it go move down?
What'd you say?
You should have an option in the buttons at the bottom for reducing the elevation to try to land it.
Oh, okay. I'll see if I can do that next turn.
You're not shooting. You're not shooting. You're not shooting. You're not shooting. Bombardier with the LRM-20s. Ooh, close, but no cigar.
So since the dropship is downed, I'm not going to be able to turn it, huh?
Can't do much with it. No. The problem is there really should be an option for just a grounded dropship.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is, it's just that I find it weird. I don't find it. It's not. I mean, some of the LRMs might reach this turn. Light Gausses are wonderful. They always.
Yeah.
16 to hit your Shadowhawk with it, but you know, it reaches. 16. That ain't gonna happen.
Okay. Executioner cannot hit anyone. Stormcrow's a different story.
Your large lasers reach? Jeez.
Hey, you made the video yourself. Take a Stormcrow, all is well.
I mean, you're probably gonna hit on a 12, but you know, 12 is a chance to hit.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Okay. Zoom in, see. Ah. Let's take that helicopter. And there's the fire button. Okay, it can only reach with its ER large lasers, but that's okay.
It's better than nothing.
Archer can't hit anything with its medium lasers, and it's out of range with the missiles, too.
Yeah, the LRMs are just out of range. And I mean, I've got a lot of LRMs, so I can tell you.
Yeah.
Just out of range.
We're just standing here daring the other one to fire the first missile flight.
And it's going to be light Gauss rifle shots and ER large lasers instead. which
Speaking
is
of ER large lasers, my Phoenix Hawk also has one.
that it does, and I think your Shadowhawk has one as well, but this one's a bit far.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so the crane chopper is out of range, but he can take a shot at this Centurion here. So he's going to do that with his large laser.
That's an
And
odd
everything else is out of range, so there we go. What
That
do we
was
got
a
here?
lot of 12s. You needed 13s and 14s to hit, so no, you were not going to hit on those.
Yeah, no way.
Hey, we all shot a few things, and we've told each other that we're there. That's basically
It's
it.
on.
It's on. Like Donkey Kong.
Man, I haven't heard that phrase since high school. Little dose of nostalgia right there.
I was deploying this turn. Oh, another one of the helicopters. Hey, you might actually get somewhere. Jeez,
Get to the
the tanks really didn't deploy where they should in that bottom section there. They're surrounded by trees. They're all stuck there.
Yeah. Deployment mistakes, I make them too.
No, it's not a deployment mistake here. It's just where they were supposed to deploy mission based. So, I mean, it's not really their fault. They're driving up from that direction. So it's not like they can deploy in clearer land. They're just stuck where they're supposed to be. And, well, the vedettes are decently fast. So they might be able to do stuff, but the Patton and the Pike are really not the quickest tanks around. The Pike's odd. It's this is a vehicle. I mean, it's a light MBT with a pair of AC5s or 3 AC2s.
I would not expect tanks to be quick, though.
You'd be surprised. I mean, 80 kilometers per hour on a tank is fast enough.
Fair enough.
I mean, 80 kilometers per hour is, I mean, decently fast. I mean, highway speed in the US is 60 miles per hour, right? Or 65.
Yeah, 80. Well, not quite, because 65 miles an hour in the US, I think, is around 100 kilometers an hour.
Well, 100 kilometers per hour is 58 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it is decently fast. Not the fastest round, but, you know.
Class, today we are going over reasons that America has to not switch to the metric system. Professor, the board is blank. Yes.
that is sad.
But I'm sitting here thinking, no, we just had to be special.
I mean, the worst thing is, who invented the metric system? The Americans.
Yeah, right?
So it's just.
Oh, what even is this country?
I mean, I understand for some things. I mean, in construction, in baking, yeah, the imperial system works better for that. For just about everything else, though.
Really? That's the first time I've ever heard that take.
Well, it's because in construction, everybody's used to it, basically. So it's more or less a standard. Same with baking. I mean, in baking, we just say, like, use a cup, not use, like, 500 milliliters.
I suppose.
It's just an easier way to discuss things, I guess. I mean, when you're building spaceships, you should probably use the metric system to be sure it's, somewhat accurate. All right, we're trying to bring those up.
In one of the tabletop games that me and my normal group were playing, it measured things in the metric system, so I was attempting to go with that. But then when I was talking about one of the measurements, one of my table mates just straight up interrupted me and said, "Okay, dude, tell me, tell me how many, tell me how many freedoms per dead commie that is."
That's about right. Yeah.
And I thought, "Oh yeah, sure." I said, "Oh yeah, sure. I'll put it in glazed donuts per bald eagle."
There you go. Ah. Well,
Little eager there, are we, Rizalino?
everybody's eager.
Oh, I looked at the OmniMech pilots' names and I actually remembered them right.
I used the names that you put down to rename them.
Oh, I told you to correct me if I got the names wrong.
Ah.
Fuck it, we ball.
Modern metrics, yes, the metric system was revolutionary era France. And metric was not what got spaceships into space. Well, the Germans used the metric system, Esbern, and it's the German that got you to space. I just want to remind people of that. It's a minor.
Even though it was the Russians who put the first craft in space.
Yes, but the people who got people on the moon and well, both in the U.S. and in Russia, they both used German scientists to do that. Let's be quite honest.
Fair enough. You learn something new.
Well, that's not quite new. I mean, who was the
It's new to
engineer
me.
of the Apollo program?
The knowledge is new to me. This is the first I've heard of it. Oh, I didn't hear the ding again. You know, I'm gonna click on the go down option
Mm-hmm. Bring
and
him
then
to
move.
altitude 0.
All right, looks like it worked.
All right. Because I think if you kept
Oh,
moving,
wait.
it would have crashed, which would have been a bigger problem.
Dude, I think I
But
misunderstood the firing range of the dropship earlier, because it looks like this laser bay has basically most of the map.
it's because you're in your eye up in the air, probably. Jeez.
Well, I can't be because at the end of the movement phase, I clicked on go down and then move.
Okay. My LRMs require a 14 to hit on your Stormcrow. That's not gonna happen.
Okay, hold up. Is there a way to tell whether the dropship is actually in the air or not?
Right now it says altitude 2.
Oh, okay. So I still need to make it go down further.
Yep. That's not gonna hit either.
I'll go ahead and skip the firing with it until it's on the ground because that's where it should be for the mission.
I can maybe hit the Gladiator with my LRMs there. Okay, the light gaps. The Centurion's in a better position to shoot. Because
Speaking of the
my guys are
Centurion,
down. My guys are down in like a crevice, and then there's the woods on top of it. Ugh. You are actually fairly well positioned right now.
all right, let's see how long I can hold out.
That requires a 16 to hit. That's even easier to hit. that is not hitting anything.
Like you actually have to try not to hit.
Those guys have a pair of machine guns on each side, so they're not going to be able to shoot much either. But hey, I'm able to shoot at your Gladiator a little bit. Here's Executioner B is going to get
Yeah, buddy.
probably missed by everything. Well, no, the Centurion's got an okay chance to hit, actually. It's pretty clear. Light Gauss, LRM 15. We'll see how that goes.
Okay. Rizolino and Costel are going to go for that Centurion. The Archer is going to be on air patrol. Swat some whirly birds. Let's do a little twist here. Oh, most of these guys are out of sight.
Yeah, we're in an odd position right now for a lot of stuff.
Those guys that are out of sight right now could potentially jump up the cliff and go, surprise, motherfucker.
Pretty much.
Be like the Jade Falcons against Victor Davian.
Hello.
Except unlike Victor, I have no friend with absurd amounts of plot armor to come and save me.
Victor Davion already had a decent amount of plot armor to be.
Oh yeah, he did. But Kai's plot armor, holy crap!
He had a lot of plot armor until he died. That was an.
Yeah, that tends to take away all of it. Okay, still firing at things.
You have a lot of guns, so that is possible.
Let's keep on that Centurion.
I mean, if your C3I is set up properly, things aren't going to look bad for me just because of how you're positioned with some stuff as well. Because you count the range from the nearest unit rather than where you are. So long range might turn into short range, and medium range might turn into short range. Weird things.
And like you said, Steel Viper this time isn't playing by the rules. They're playing to win. Hold on, something's wrong here. No, don't give me no problems. Okay, false alarm, we're good. Go.
All right. Okay.
Let's see what we got.
All right. The Dervish misses. Centurion hits with its light Gauss rifle, dealing 4 points of damage because of ardent armor. One of the large pulse laser hits the Centurion, having the leg away.
A lot of these were difficult shots, weren't they?
That was a whole lot of difficult shot. Well, you did hit the crane with a ER large laser, so that made
Oh,
it.
wow, the long shot actually made it.
Took an 11. Yeah, I mean, I'd say we're pretty much average for what we have here. All right, now we can.
Round 3, here we go.
Now we can get into something maybe funny. The fighting should actually start now rather than just pot shots, basically.
No, don't glitch out on me, thank you. Ooh, how fast is that thing? Not bad. You know what? You hang out there for a sec.
Get somewhere. This guy's finally climbing out.
Trying out a new flavor of full throttle energy today. It's not bad.
The Does it have a cool name like a debt flavor or something like that?
The name is True Blue.
Oh, I never trust blue energy drinks after I can't remember which flavor, which company made one, and it tasted like what Everclear smelled like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't trust it.
Well, either way, it pales in comparison to striking samurai energy.
There you go. I need to get a sponsorship and create my own energy drink. It's
Soldier tested, coordinator approved.
yeah, that's not a bad spot to be.
Agave? Let's see. No, this one isn't agave flavored. It says a blend of kiwi, apple, Acerola cherry, and oh yeah, there is agave in it. Never mind.
Agave is usually often enough is used as a filler as well, just like cranberry juice.
Yeah.
Used as a filler just because it's not super. It's not super strong. I like the Agave well enough, but striking samurai has 3 times the amphetamines. Well, well now. He's not in a super good position.
I love how Professor Hate here just made a joke about that energy drink one day, and we're actually treating it as canon.
There you. Well, that's how it should be.
Amen to that.
Let's try not to get right in front of the things trying to shoot me down. Might be a smarter thing to do.
Okay, get ready, everyone. They are coming at us from both sides. Ooh, do I want to take that risk? I do not think so. Okay, dropship is still going to keep going down.
Okay,
Don't
no
take
massive
it
failure
personally.
not reaching anything.
Okay, it's at altitude 1, so I'm still bringing it down.
Yeah.
Once it gets on the ground like it's supposed to be for this mission, I'm going to actually see if I can start hitting anything with it. Oh, I do not think so. Let's soften you up. Oh, no, 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 no.
Let's try that.
There we go.
I can see the shadow ball.
I figured out how to make that work.
Still not very good.
That bombardier is going to get a nasty surprise.
You never know. You never know.
No, no, I do not.
Goliath, what do you see? Goliath of the mountain, what do you see?
My head is liquefying.
That is a very odd setup for a crusader as well. It's not the best crusader I've ever seen, but it has better range than a regular crusader. Too large, 2 mml7, an anti-missile system. When to patrol is 48 hours, but you only get 3 hours of R&R. That is an unfortunate fact of life.
Actually, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, sure, we'll burn you a little.
Centurion's done a bit of damage on the leg. That's about it. Well, one of the helicopters got a side shot.
Oh, looks like we have some crits here. Oh, you hit my
no.
Phoenix Hawk good.
Well, it was a true armor critical. That's all. While the Centurion lost its left arm, it's the one that's not important. It's okay.
I was going for the other one.
You can't go for something. You just shoot.
I know.
I mean, the Centurion did take a decent amount of damage. The Orion missed. The Dervish, I expected it to miss. Needed 12s to hit. The Stormcrow is hitting the Bombardier, chewing through the armor pretty badly. One of the legs is really having problems. The Centurion, it's with a LRM-15. The Goliath misses. The Crusader misses. The Archer misses on the helicopter.
You had one job.
Oh, the Bombardier's still getting shot at by the Phoenix Hawk. It's looking rough. Shadow Hawk is shooting at the Centurion. The right arm is looking rough. It's still there, but it's looking rough. Everybody's still up. Nobody fell on their butt.
Wait, what?
Physical attacks.
What is it doing here?
Physical attacks.
Physical attacks, right, of course.
You can maybe
I don't think I have any.
Your
I can kick it, yeah. Let's give it a try.
Got no reason not to. I mean, you could possibly take an entire leg off.
Oh, speaking of which.
Which is what happened. I should have said that. Shouldn't have said anything.
Oh.
On this one. Shouldn't have said anything. Should have said that. Shouldn't have said that.
Okay, but it's still standing, right?
Well, no, it's not standing. It lost its left leg.
Oh, section destroyed. Yep,
it lost its left leg. It is not standing.
Mayday, mayday, we're going down.
Well, the pilot didn't black out at least, so there's that. All right.
Uh-oh. Odd life.
Oh, life is bigger than you.
Archer has a good spot at the moment.
I mean, the Centurion losing its left arm is generally never an issue. So
Yeah, it doesn't really carry anything on that arm, does it?
it carries a jack and, you know.
You know, I actually unironically enjoyed the MechWarrior 5 version of the Centurion, you know, the one with the shield on its arm.
Oh, it's a decent enough look of it. Some people prefer it to be the long and lanky one from the original technical readout.
Yeah.
I mean, generally, I like all body kits for almost all mechs. There's very few mechs that I don't like how they look. There's a few that I just find very odd, but that doesn't mean that they're bad looking. Just odd.
No, of course not.
There's some just funky looking ones every once in a while.
I wonder if they're going to do a modern reincarnation of the Jackal.
It's one of those forgotten mechs, to be quite honest.
The thing still looks like Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
3050, 3055, and 3060, there's some mechs that are going to be very popular, and there's some mechs that are just going to just disappear, and nobody's ever going to talk about them again.
Yeah.
Cossack, like, nobody knows what the hell a Cossack is.
Oh, the Cossack.
Yeah, it's
I wonder,
not looking, it's not very good.
I wonder how many people these days know the Mackie.
That one's common. I mean, it's in the proliferation box, so everybody has, not everybody has one, but everybody can have one. And I mean, it's popular enough in the lore that people kind of know what it is. So
I didn't really like the look of the Mackie at first, but it grew on me because it reminds me of a 1930s diving suit.
That's kind of what it's supposed to look like, I think.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an odd look, but it kind of works.
Centurion's gonna square up.
Well, it has to do something, so.
Where's the jump button? There it is. Ooh, too far. That thing is on level 1 right now. Not ground level.
What, the Centurion?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be on level 1. Should is the operative word, but
and turn. Go. Whap, whap, whap.
gotta get the Crusader somewhere now. Jeez. It's not the fastest thing ever. It's another one I probably should do a video on, but is there an easy model?
What, the Crusader?
Yeah. It's the first mech I ever played, to be honest. It's
nice.
First thing I ever played. It was it is a walking time bomb. That's the biggest problem with it.
What, it's just waiting to get blown up?
The 3025 version has basically every crit slot is an ammo.
Oh,
Well, any side torso slot is an ammo bin, so it is very dangerous to use in many situations.
good luck, Galen Cox.
Well, is probably at case at least. So,
I'll have to look up which one he was using.
well,
Okay, this thing is
like,
at altitude 1 now, and it looks like I can't go down any further.
okay, well that's it.
So I guess for the sake of the mission, we'll just say that it's still grounded.
Yeah.
All right, here goes. You
So,
must spend 2 thrust points to hover or lose in altitude, but I'm not doing either.
well, I'll go with other. Okay, it crashed.
Oh, what? Okay, yeah, you know what? No. This is fine because it's supposed to be crashed, right?
Yeah.
So, cool. This worked out.
And now it's a big thing on the ground. It looks like it should have looked from the start.
Funny how that worked out.
It's how silly this thing can be.
Oh, man.
Oh Jesus! No, I see the Ryokan. I see the Ryokan.
But now it can help a little. Wait. What did I do? Crap. Where did the wind? Whoa. Something happened.
What?
Oh, I see. Apparently, I did something to shunt the firing panel to the side of the screen, but it's okay. I found it.
Okay.
Whoa.
No, I need to twist. Fire! 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 Fire!
Why is it not showing up? Ah, whatever.
What can the Goliath see? The Archer, surprisingly enough, is about the only thing it can see.
Okay, so something's weird here. It's not letting me fire any of the dropship's weapons.
Probably because it's grounded.
Okay. Well, then I will have no choice but to skip firing, unless one of these decides to work. Yeah, okay.
Oh, no, I could have shot the Phoenix Hawk with the side machine guns. Oh well. The Mackie got popular again thanks to text. Pretty sure CGL only made a new sculpt because of Textal's Battletech. That is probably true. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's not a bad reason to make it either.
Tex is more or less one of the big lore guys, isn't he?
Pretty much. So he's the reason why there's lore guys to begin with. So
Yeah, most of my lore video watching at work has been from Grimdark Narrator.
oh yeah, there's a lot of them, but the quality varies quite a bit on them as well. So
Yeah. I mean, he straight up lied to me about how Comstar got made into a religion.
mm-hmm. His research is not always top tier. Let's go with that.
Fair enough.
And it's not always easy to do research on some of the Battletech stuff as well.
Yeah, especially since the very wiki of the IP is becoming less reliable by the day.
That makes things more difficult, to be quite honest. That's why I'm using as many sources as possible whenever I'm doing something. Sometimes it gets difficult because some stuff is 2 lines of text in one odd book, so not always easy.
Oh, shit. We're going in.
All right. Firing report. Go. Ultra AC-5's missing. The Bombardier hitting with a pair of missiles from SRM-4. The Orion, almost blowing out the engine on the Phoenix Hawk.
I was going to say, looks like you got that thing good. That's the same critical hit it took last time.
Yeah, we might have to look into something other than a Phoenix Hawk.
Yeah.
I mean, it might very well be destroyed at some point.
The nostalgia for my pal Shin Yodama can only go so far, I guess.
I mean, it's a good mech. It's just not super tough.
Yeah.
I mean, well, no, I don't think you moved it quite as much as you could have either.
Probably not.
Okay, so that went all over the place. The Centurion has got an engine hit, 2 leg crits, almost a head critical. Section destroyed on the right leg. Destroyed by and it then fell on its head and died. Well, that's a thing.
The Centurion fell on its head and died?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, HD. That must mean head, huh?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
The helicopter's taking quite a bit of damage.
That's a tough helicopter.
Helicopters are always stupidly tough. That's a thing you need to be careful about.
I'm actually
the Centurion's very dead. I mean, you shot everything at the Centurion. It is very dead. Like, you more than killed it. He is.
Yeah, it made itself a good target.
I know it works in video games, but when you've got as many targets as you've got here, there's reasons why you might need to split your fire a bit. All right, so done your fire report. I don't think there's going to be any physical attack this turn. Ouch, the damage report on the Centurion, like there's the left leg that's left. That's it. There's nothing left of the mech. All right.
It's a leg. Make a lamp out of it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, that poor Phoenix Hawk.
2 engine hits on a mech that is heavily reliant on energy weapons is usually not a very
no bueno. Can't move at all with the jump ship, so skip. Or drop ship, excuse me. Yeah, Esbern's right. Pretty much the only reliable source is having physical copies.
I mean, having a physical copy is generally going to be pretty good. Mech Factory, I'm not going to use Mech Factory for the lore, but for record sheets and stuff like that, they're generally pretty decent. So it kind of helps out.
I've been buying books from alibris.com lately. I recommend them, and they do have quite a few of the old FASA books on there.
Those get expensive quickly, but
yeah, they do.
Yeah, you can get lucky if you're trawling eBay. You can normally get lucky.
Yeah, and some of those you got to snatch up quickly because if they're priced at $30 or less, they're going to be gone like that.
Yeah, of course.
Star Commander Costel, feeling bold, steps forward in his executioner and says, "Now, which of you will be next to feel the Viper's fangs?" Bombardier is down. That won't work. Oh. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
We'll risk it. Now that little red arrow on some of these units, does that mean they still have to move?
The red arrow should be just the direction they're pointing.
Okay. Archer's gonna stay put. I still gotta get a physical copy of Invading Clans.
No, that's not going to be a cheap one either.
No way.
It's like the old House source books. Those generally go for a decent chunk of change.
The cheapest copy I saw was about $30.
Mm-hmm.
So including tax and shipping, that would be 45 or 50.
Usually.
In all fairness, that is about the same amount of money I would pay at my friendly local game store for a physical gold copy of, say, an RPG book. Hardcover, of course.
Yeah, nowadays they're mostly hardcovers.
One cool thing I think Paizo was doing was making paperback editions of some of their rule books. I thought that was nice.
They made pocket size as well for some of them.
Yeah.
They were a decent enough price.
That's one of the two things I think Paizo was right to do. The other one was get away from the OGL as soon as WotC tried to monopolize it. That was the right thing to do.
Yeah. Right. Then
oh wait. Wrong button. Gold.
right. Right.
That poor Phoenix Hawk.
It.
Let's move out of the way here. The Gladiator is one mech that I like both the modern and retro looks of.
It has a decent look to it, so
The modern look looks pretty mechy, and the retro look, I'm not sure whether to laugh at it or have nightmares about it. I can't tell if it looks menacing or stupid.
I think it looks both. That's what makes it funny.
Fair. I liked how in I liked how in Roar of Honor both the main character and the antagonist were piloting one. I was hoping they were going to have a duel with them, but it didn't happen.
Mm.
Still an awesome book, though. Okay, I have a few options here. Underneath the whippoorwill, one more piece of Jenga to pull. Then
And
necromancer will
let's see.
think of
6.
us all.
Twist this way.
I apologize for taking my sweet time while you were just blazing through everything.
Can you reach anything? No. You can't for sure. You can't for sure. You can't for sure. You're just running along. Those guys just came out of the helicopter, so they can't shoot.
Oh, the chopper dropped a guy.
They got up 3 guys.
Oh, shit. Ravager assault battle armor.
The Ravager is surprisingly good. The Intersphere Standard is an Intersphere Standard. It's too fancy. And the Marauder is basically a slab of meat in form of a battle armor.
Whew.
It's very slow, but it packs a punch.
Okay, Mr. Phoenix Hawk, you got to be careful now. I do like having those machine guns as no heat backups.
There's a reason why they're on mechs very often.
Yeah. They ain't just emotional support.
Well, especially when there's regular unarmored infantry or, jeeps, motorcycles, cars, the small stuff.
Okay, let's take out that other crane before it drops something scary. How you doing on heat there, Mr. Shadowhawk? You are okay for the moment.
It's a Shadowhawk. It shouldn't be overeating. Well, shooting everything, maybe, but miss. Oh, no, an ER medium laser hit on the archer, okay. Dervish poked at the gladiator. Goliath bonked the archer pretty good.
Owie!
That's what a Gauss rifle does. Okay. Executioner dealt a decent amount of damage to the dervish. Dealt a bit of damage to the head it on the Goliath. It's always a situation. Phoenix Hawk. I thought the Crusader would finish off the Phoenix Hawk. The dervish is getting shot at by the Storm Crow.
That was pure.
It's not looking too good.
Phoenix Hawk not dying to Crusader, that was pure luck. I was not in control of that situation at all.
Some damage. Rothor kind of getting torn apart on the other crane. Phoenix Hawk shooting at the Goliath, doing a bit of damage. Oh, it's machine guns. Okay. Shadowhawk dealing a bit of damage again on the crane. People are still standing. Don't think there's going to be any physical attacks this turn.
Yeah, that round was not quite as devastating as I thought it would be.
I thought things would look a little bit grimmer. I have to admit.
Looks like the two forces have learned from each other so far.
All right. All right. Thing is, the dervish does. It won't take long before a dervish is taken out because it's still just a dervish. But
Okay, now we're starting a party. Do 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 do. Supreme ascendancy.
that's it's this one you get the rotor on, okay? This one just has to pull away.
Turn appropriately to face the party. Not yet.
I am wondering.
Maybe one of these days I'll try a catapult.
It's good, but not fantastic. I've had mixed results with the catapult over the years.
Really?
That's what I mean. I prefer my missile boats to have arms that can punch. So
Hell yeah.
someone gets in your face, you just dash it in, and that reminds them that not get in your face. That's why I don't like the longbow either. Even if I'm doing a video on it right now, I'm not the biggest fan of it. It has some issues, let's say.
Phoenix Hawk is crippled, so it's just going to
It's a
do its
Bioroid
best.
pilot. That's the other thing you need to remember. It's a Bioroid pilot. He is fully expendable.
Yep.
I mean, if you need to charge at something,
That's true. I should stop worrying about how much money it's going to cost.
never worry about money in the Wolverine Union. They've got more mechs and than are needed. Basically, I think that's the best way to say it.
All right, you got me.
Replacing a mech that you've lost while in the campaign is a little bit harder. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is that it's a Bioroid. No big deal. Oh, I made a mistake here.
I did share your lore about the bioroids with my roommate. He thought it was pretty sweet.
I made a mistake. I drove the helicopter on the ground. I thought it was metal armor.
Oh.
It was supposed to lift off and leave.
But you can lift off again, right?
Yes, but right now it's driving on the ground. That is not what it was supposed to do.
But that crane is doing something now.
Yeah, it drove towards you on the ground.
Oh.
It was supposed to lift off and try to run away. That was the original plan for it.
All right, we're not going to do much more moving forward because we are at the line that we hold.
Oh, that's the thing.
This is where we hold them.
I made a mistake. You can only unload one unit per turn. I thought I had unloaded all three, but no, I only unloaded one. Ooh. It is not as pleasant.
Okay. Yeah, something's up here.
I should have dropped more stuff down on the floor. That's what it means. Oh, now you see the shadow hawk. Okay, you see something. Shoot, not very useful. Now you are entirely useless. Orion.
Go away, Mr. Window.
Dervish. Eh, anything that's positive is better than nothing. Crusader. Swap to SRM. Swap to SRM. It does run odd. Shooting everything. This one should be able to shoot at the Phoenix Hawk with these side machine guns. And the Ravagers. That's just shoot everything.
Static.
This is a bit of a more dangerous game than I originally expected.
Yeah. What is it they say? The plan only works until the first shot's fired.
Well, the thing is, my plan was to be not too terrible, but things are turning. Geez, can you stop shooting my people in the head, please?
Are you serial? No effect though.
No effect. Yeah, well, he's got 1 point, 2 points of internal structure left in the head. Then he's gonna
Oh
fall
wow.
smack his head on the ground again.
Does the pilot have to? Sounds like the pilot's fine though.
The pilot's fine. The Orion light gas rifle did what light gas rifle are built to do. Well, the Crusader just lost its right arm. It's lost its took a damage on the right torso. The left leg's lost its foot. It's definitely going down this turn. It's falling down.
Deus Volt.
The Dervish. Dervish doing an okay job at the Shadow Hawk. Goliath. Gauss rifle that's all that really matters. Because Gauss rifles are nasty. Some of the troopers are getting damaged in the battle armor squad. The Crusaders MML 7s doing what they're meant to do.
What does MML stand for again?
Multi-missile launchers, either SRMs or LRMs.
Cool.
Depending on the situation.
That's right. I tried an Atlas variant once that had that.
It works really well. I like the 3s and 5s. I really like. The 7s start to be a little bit too big, and the 9 is too big for what it really does. Is the problem. The battle armors doing battle armor things as well.
Because it's battle armor.
Shadowhawk mashing on the Dervish. Dervish falls on the ground and loses its right leg. The Crusader manages to stay up. I am surprised by that.
Even though it lost its foot?
And its foot actuator didn't lose
Actuator, yeah.
So it's, but I mean, it needed a 6, so yeah, 4 plus 2.
That pilot deserves a promotion.
That pilot's just managing to stay up. The Dervish.
You're getting a promotion.
Oh, you look here. Things are not looking terrible, not looking great either. So
Yeah, the thing that's giving me a headache right now is that because I focused on your mechs so much, your vehicles have gotten farther than I wanted them to. I'm gonna have to try and fix that.
the Phoenix Hawk's still up though, and I've been shooting at it. Don't think I haven't been shooting at that Phoenix Hawk.
Bit of a surprise.
Oh, the Archer got really banged up last turn. I mean,
Yeah. It's on its own right now.
mm-hmm. Oh,
And the Phoenix Hawk's Bioroid receives a command forward to death. Oh, wait, how was it? Metalocalypse put it? Go forth and die.
all right.
Seriously though, was that not one of the greatest speeches in cartoons?
I haven't watched enough that to really say.
So there was a moment in the cartoon when the singer of that death metal band was giving a speech to the new Harvard class of the year. And previously in the episode, he had tried to get his college degree and failed, or wasn't getting his GED, I don't remember. But the speech he gave was originally something really inspiring, but he threw the speech away and said, most of you are just going to graduate and move back in with your parents anyway because your degree is absolutely worthless. But we got one thing in common, Harvard. We are all gonna die. Not a single one of us is getting out of this alive. So I say to you, Harvard, go forth. Go forth and die. It was awesome.
What do I do?
Release the cabin. Here we go. Oh boy, that archer's in a tough spot. Meanwhile, that crane's just quietly moseying up to the dropship. Okay, you know what? Hey, yeah, that is a bad spot. Oh, but back up. Boop, boop, boop.
There.
I'm with you. Anything bigger than a Centurion, if it backs up, I want it to make that beeping.
A dervish might have been. No, okay, lost the leg. Okay, I was like, maybe the dervish could get back up. Then I looked and like, no, it couldn't. Let me see. Okay, how are you activated?
They're trying to take the base. Stop them.
No, it's a Goliath. It's odd. What do I do?
Oh, yeah, that archer did get heavily damaged.
I also have to calculate like how much I can bring against each of you guys, and this might be like the mission where I'm like, okay, maybe I brought too much this time.
I'm not really upset. Don't worry.
Fix my Marauder for only 345 sea bills using only parts from Harbor Freight. What he's not saying is that it's a Marauder battle armor, not a Marauder mech. That's a very big difference that you have to make.
Are you listening, Katie Ferraro?
Poor Katie. Poor Katie. All right.
Hi, Bri Bri.
You Ravager things. Oh, and you need to keep trying to get off the map. At least a Marauder, if it's a 3025 like common version, you should be able to fix it with, duct tapes and prayers. Shouldn't be much of an issue.
Really?
I mean, there's no real fancy part in a standard Succession War Marauder. I mean, it's a
Fair
Succession
enough.
War design. It's got standard enough kind of thing. So nothing odd there, at least. He doesn't
Oh,
see,
good lord.
he doesn't see Jack.
Okay, well, assault mech is going to keep doing what assault mechs do.
That should be your priority right now. Yes. Oh yeah, he needs an arm to prop himself up.
The way I see it, it fights other mechs.
Yeah, I think I might have brought too much stuff this time. Even though battle value wise we're pretty much the same, it's just the sheer amount of stuff that I have makes a difference.
It's all good, dude. I'm not worried or anything. Oh boy, look at all that battle armor that's coming my way.
There's a lot more coming too.
Well, bioroids are bioroids.
Trying to think.
And that crane back there was just out of the range of my rear lasers. Oh, that Goliath is still around.
The dervish, just because it's the bombardier is pretty much out because it's pointing in a really terrible direction. The dervish
Yeah.
is still pointing in an okay direction, so it can do stuff. It's not in a great shape, but it's lost a leg mainly. The rest, essentially, the Crusader is not in a very good shape. Both the legs are really rough. Goliath, the Orion's pretty much fine. The light tanks are mostly okay. So,
And how far can my ERMs go for this thing? Bingo! Tricky shot, but it's worth a go. No, you don't. Here we go.
Okay, Pike misses everything. Vedette, it's the Phoenix Hawk. Other than that, it's the Phoenix Hawk as well.
Blah.
Hitting the legs, so nothing great there. The Orion deals a bit of damage on the Gladiator. The Dervish takes out the Shadowhawk's Streak SRM2.
Yeesh.
Lower arm actuator hit on the left arm. Ooh, the Crusader is destroyed by ammo explosion.
Boom.
One down.
It's still being the time bomb for you, huh?
It's not as bad when it's got case, at least.
True.
What you hit was the anti-missile system ammo on top of it.
Oh.
Okay, Goliath dealing a bit of damage on the Gladiator. The Vedette is taking a beating. This misses. The Crane manages to shoot a bit of machine gun ammo. Critical hit on an ER medium laser on the Archer.
Oh boy.
Archer kills one of the trooper and keeps hitting at the Crusader, who's already in a bad shape. Phoenix Hawk is dealing a bit of damage on the Ravagers and a bit of damage on the Goliath with a machine gun. And the Shadowhawk misses the Crane. Okay. Nothing huge happened. Physical attacks.
Oh, physical attacks.
You've got.
You know what? Yeah. Archer's gonna
Yeah.
go for broke against the troopers there.
Yeah.
See if he can squish them.
You can be able to squish us. If you hit, you probably squish one. You rolled a 2, so.
Wow. They're fast little sumbitches.
Not even. It's just that you got bad luck on that.
Yeah. Bioroids, what do you want?
What turn are we? Turn 9. Okay.
Well, we are in a pickle now, aren't we?
Oh, it's crew stunned. Can move and not shoot this turn.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's because it went through the rear armor to blow up the streak.
Boop, boop, boop.
Right there. You might be able to do something one day. Patton really started way too much in the back to do anything useful for most of the game. Good thing it's not a Rommel, or as a Rommel would have been even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to make these kind of fixes on a mech with replacing an actuator with a two-stroke motor or anything like that. The thing is, battle mechs, with the way Myomer works, you wouldn't want to do anything like that, or you might not only risk voiding the warranty, but you might get other problems. I need to remove that option, actually. That doesn't really matter.
Let's put those to good use.
There. What is this? It's the crane. Up. Up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Right.
I hope I can make it.
There. You could probably replace military grade myomer with industrial grade myomer to fix stuff. It would probably be different. And yes, your warranty is probably not very useful in the deep periphery, but most people are not going to be fighting in the deep periphery. They're going to be fighting in the inner sphere itself or the regular periphery. And even there, if a lot of times if you buy stuff, it's going to have the standard warranty on it if you buy spare parts at least. So there is that to think of as well. Jump. There we are. Oh, he's unconscious on the floor. Well, that is always a problem. Can you see? It's a 13 to hit, so that's not going to happen. But hey, maybe you can do something.
Oh, yep. Here comes the battle armor.
Oh, proof stunned. He can shoot. This guy. Keep going. Now I see things. Can I hit things? Hitting things is more difficult, but shooting I can do. Got no reason not to shoot. Oh. There is a big problem with the Goliath. It can't torso twist. So
Seriously?
well, I mean, it's a quad. So
Wow.
your firing options are sometimes a little bit more limited. You can't shoot. You can't shoot. You can't shoot. You can shoot.
Oh, yep. One of my laser, words. That's right. My archer's right arm is gone.
No, the arm's still there. I just did a crit on the laser.
Ah, the laser's no good.
Yep. All the
Screw it. Let's see how
infected.
well those do. Oh, first time my archer gets to use its medium lasers. Or rear lasers. Do. Can't see any of those guys, so let's say howdy doody to you. It's howdy doody time, biatch.
Let's see what is going to happen this turn.
Here goes.
All right. Firing report. Missing. Miss. Gauss rifle. Critical hit on the gyro and engine on the Goliath. Ouch. And then another engine hit. Ouch. And then the LRM-10. Oh, the ammo was empty, so that's an empty bin that blew up there. Lost some
Thank
of the
goodness for
ammo.
that Goliath.
And Goliath got a lot of hit through. The Orion didn't do any good, but it wasn't in a very good position. The Ryoken's dealing some damage on the helicopter. The Goliath dealt a bit of damage to the Storm Crow. The machine guns aren't doing much. The recoilless rifles did what recoilless rifles are known to do, which is a bit of damage.
In the deep periphery, a warranty is about as good as a wet 21st century bus ticket.
That's the thing. People often do the deep periphery jokes, but most of the time you're not in the deep periphery. And even in the periphery, there's people doing your work and doing your maintenance. So there are things that you shouldn't be doing just for fun. Putting industrial myomer in a regular mech is not a good idea, but it's doable. It's going to be more, actually, if you look at the lore, it's going to be more durable, but not as efficient. Oh, Goliath is overeating a bit. The Phoenix Hawk is overeating a lot. The Gladiator is overeating a decent amount. One of the pilot that's on the floor is still unconscious. We are turn 10.
It's on. The dropship chills out there saying, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." Wrong one. Nope. Ah, too late.
Moved in a way you didn't want to.
Well, I moved the one I wanted to, but I made it make a regular walk when I just wanted it to back up.
Yeah, you have to be careful and click back up if you want to do that.
Whoopsie daisies.
How's the Goliath looking? Engine, 2 engine hits and a gyro hit. It's got a Clan XL in it? That's fancy. Oh, it's a light engine. I thought it was a Clan XL. No, it's a light engine. No, I wanted to turn him back up. Damn it. That's the helicopter. Okay. Oh, I think I've.
Do 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 do.
I am confused. Never mind.
Okay, let's get it right this time. There we go.
have to figure out how the loading unloading works because it's not doing what it should be. I do think you can only unload one per turn, which might be my problem. But now I understand the rules. Yeah, I need to change the settings to remove the pilots that are ejected from the.
Because you're not really going to do anything else with them.
Yeah, and it soaks initiatives, which is not fair in a way.
You know what? Let's do that.
All right, firing phase. Pathan can finally do something useful or more useful. What do you see? That's what you see. So I have to twist my torso.
Yes.
You honestly don't see anything though because it.
Yeah, we can do one of them. And that crane's heading off. It's done its job.
Right. Should be good. This is a odd duck mission, but a few things going on.
How's the heat on that thing right now? Oh, damn.
Things do overeat. That's one thing. The Goliath is running hot. That's thanks to the two engine hits. I mean, engine hits is what causes heat to go real quick.
Yeah, for sure. And how much heat does that mean? Oh, yeah, no, that's not going to work out.
These sinks are on the firewood Phoenix Hawk. Can't remember. Thinking. All right, Miss Phoenix Hawk hit by an Ultra AC5. Missed by the other one. The Patton misses. The Orion hits with an SRM4 and a light Gauss. The Orion is getting some hits done to it.
Something tells me that dropship's going to get hit.
The battle armors, a tiny bit of damage off of the recoilless rifles. Trooper killed. Trooper killed. Some damage on the Orion again. More troopers getting it. Orion getting it again. And it's still standing. I mean, you killing a lot of troopers is...
Those are the guys I'm really worried about.
And that's who you should be worried about, yes.
I should have gone for the transports earlier. I was a fool.
Physical attack time.
Oh, yeah. Squish them.
It goes. The Orion kicks the Gladiator. The Gladiator kicks the Orion. The Stormcrow kicks at the battle armor but misses. The Orion falls because it took a kick and takes an okay amount of damage. It's not out yet, but it's hurt.
They just fell over from the kick.
Which is okay. The Phoenix Hawk, I mean, goes down and eat a little bit. The Goliath, well, cooled down, but that's because it was in a terrible position.
'Tis but a scratch.
Okay, initiative report is good. Let's see where we go now. There's something odd.
What is it?
I'm having a hard time with the loading, unloading of units. Might be just a glitch, or it could be me not understanding the rules, or there's a problem with the mag clamps, which might be just not coded properly, or I don't understand it properly. This way. Oh, running with a gyro damage. That's what happened there. Let me just read.
Okay, here goes.
That pack not taken out. These guys, there's 3 left. These guys, there's 3 left. Not in super great shape, but they're in okay shape, I guess.
Actually, hold on.
Let's see if I've got selected. Is it that it can't? The Ravagers there. Move these Ravagers over here. Trying to think here. Not sure if because there should be a block of Marauders in each of those helicopters.
Okay.
And it never deploys. Whatever I do, I can't deploy them.
Huh.
I'm not sure where the glitch is for that. It might be a me issue as well. As I sometimes say, it's a me problem.
I hope not.
It's me not understanding how things work, basically. So, still, I think an helicopter carrying two points of inner sphere infantry is already really, really good. So the train is really, really good for that. And we've seen that it's been quite efficient at doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. Let's see where that goes. Shooting phase.
Here goes.
Honestly, I want to at least take down the Phoenix Hawk.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Not to be mean, but that thing should have been dead for a while now. Okay,
Yeah, it's
I can't see it, but he sees it.
it's impressing me with how well it survived after an engine hit.
Well, the engine hit was very early. Nothing else really hit it. So
Yeah.
I want to try to take out something. So let's shoot. And there's that one helicopter that I drove on the ground, and since then
Right.
it hasn't been able to lift off.
Seriously?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh man.
Weird going on. Keep the rockets for now. There's the pilots. Over to time, you'll start going faster, going through your weapons as well, trying to figure out what you want to do. It's also a question of what kind of setup you have for your screen. It does make a difference from what I've noticed.
That's true. I feel like I'm already getting the hang of it little by little.
Well, you're doing fine. Like those.
Oh yeah, the SRMs are gone.
On what? The Gladiator?
On my Shadowhawk.
Shadowhawk? Yeah, I took him out. Pike misses on the Stormcrow. Vedette misses on the Phoenix Hawk. Both of them. Gladiator is taking the leg of the Orion out, basically. It's not completely out, but it's in a bad shape. Phoenix Hawk
Sorry,
dodges
Alexander.
everything, keeps dodging. The Orion is dealing a bunch of damage on the Archer, though.
Oh boy.
The Goliath misses everything. All right. The Stormcrow hitting on the Goliath a bit. Nothing catastrophic. Okay, the Ravagers on the blew off the right torso of the
Yeah, I see
archer.
that the archer got its right arm blown off and a critical hit on the right torso.
No, it's basically the right torso is taken out. So the arm blown off. The Intersphere Standard miss. I
Now
mean,
hold on. It says section destroyed, limb blown off, right arm blown off, and then it says critical hit on right torso. I don't see where it says the right torso
okay,
was destroyed,
okay. It's just the arm that was blown off. Okay.
unless it's further down.
Yeah, we'll see. Small lasers hitting at the archer. One trooper died. And then you collapsed the Goliath with the LRM-20. Okay. Phoenix Hawk damaging some of the troopers with their machine guns. That's a nasty hit on the Orion with the Ultra AC-5. Hitting the hip and the lower leg, while I think the other one hit the hip and the upper leg. So both on the Orion are in really bad shape. And your archer is still up. If your archer had fallen, maybe something good would have come of it. But yeah, your archer is looking rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right torso's gone. The right torso's gone.
I think that Esbern there had something to say about the deployment problem you were having.
Okay, either way, dismount occurs between movement and shot declaration. I will have to fiddle and build a tutorial in a little while. Okay, thank you very much. It's a little odd. I mean, I see the dismount option. I've been using it. But, all right, well, there goes a trooper that just gets... He's not dead. He just has no armor left.
I'm okay! Smash! I'm still okay!
It's not. It's because it's got 9 points of armor, which is, just enough to be a problem.
Right.
I have to figure out. It's the mag clamp ones that I have problems with, not the non-mag clamped battle armor.
I can't move. I can't put my arms down.
I don't have unload anymore, and I don't have any more options on. I don't know. It's that guy that's been stuck on the ground or whatever. I don't know what's wrong with that helicopter. It hasn't been doing very good. Oh, that's the remains of the Goliath. Okay.
There it is.
I'd like to blow something up,
I'd like to kill those annoying troopers before they get to the dropship.
You can't always get what you want. Is that how the song goes?
That's how it goes. But if you try sometimes, you just might find, you get what you need.
We're learning strategies, which is an important thing as well.
Oh, I did it again. Oh, well.
Oh, I did it. Well, if you're trying to climb up a hill, backing up is a very bad idea. First, it's not allowed in basic rules. First thing you need to know. And second, I fell trying to get up. Well, no, he doesn't have enough movement points to be able to try to get up again. Ouch. Well, then again, both the oh, no, okay, one of the leg is basically all the actuators have been taken off of it.
Ah.
The other leg is in good shape, but one of the leg is holding by thoughts and prayer.
Everyone's turtling up back here.
Give me a second. I'm trying to read my options. Oh, there it is. You don't have any more. Yeah, I can't dismount the Marauders at all. And I have no clue why. That might be what allows you to win as well. Just saying.
That problem about the Marauders not deploying is gonna bug me now.
Take it as a win.
Nevertheless,
It's an I like. Anyways, I like the cranes. I might start using those in regular games as well.
yeah, those have been pretty good. They've been dropping off battle armor and they've been hard to shoot down.
There you go. I mean, they've got a lot of armor for a VTOL. I think it's 30 all around on a VTOL, which is very good.
Yeah, hear that.
They can easily. 812 is not the fastest. I mean, it's actually slow for a VTOL. Most VTOLs are faster than that, but I mean, you carry 2 points of battle armor, of intersphere battle armor. So you carry 8 troopers. It's quite a bit. I mean, if you were carrying standard infantry, you could carry 4 platoons.
Whoa.
Maybe a little bit too much. Let's keep trying to take down
that thing's crippled.
Something. I'm gonna try that because it's worth more.
Oh, no. That's what I want.
Orion technically can get a shot in by propping himself up on the right arm. So he will do exactly that.
Oh boy. You know what? Let's do a little twist here and shout.
Here, shoot the machine guns helicopter that's been weird all game. Maybe because it's the road. Oh, maybe it's because the rotor's damaged that I can't do fancy stuff with that helicopter, which would be entirely possible. Shoot rockets. Be a good Marion and shoot rockets. That's what rockets.
Today is Friday in California.
Today,
shoot
Friday in California. I have no idea. I mean, that's from an old Super Sentai series, but
yeah.
I have the context for that particular quote.
I don't have the context either, but since it is so silly, I don't think I really want it because that would ruin all the silliness.
Well, Anher I knew was a great troop carrier, but I mean, it's basically a Karnov clan edition. So and the Karnov's a great troop carrier in general. Uh, we'd have to do a what do you call those? A competition, a battle armor carrier competition to see
Oh
which
yeah.
one's the best. All
What do
right,
we got here?
what do we have? The pike doing some damage on the gladiator. The vedette chipping away at the archer. The other vedette chipping away at the archer. The Patton chipping away at the archer.
I
The
love how my
gladiator,
Phoenix Hawk is the one that took the engine hit right off the bat, but it's my archer that's looking worse and worse.
the gladiator is banging at the Patton. I mean, the SRMs are not doing tons of damage, but I mean, your Gauss rifle just minor damage the treads right away. The Stormcrow is screw stunned on the vedette. Orion doing quite a bit of a job on the archer, chipping away at the ardent armor.
Oh yeah, that Orion's still kicking, just on the ground.
Just on the ground. He can prop himself up because he's still got an arm. Trooper killed. And I want to at least take out the archer. Jeez. A bunch of rockets doing a bit of damage. Small lasers doing a bit of damage. Phoenix Hawk killing more troopers. Shadowhawk banging on the Patton. And oh, now the archers fall, but it's still not destroyed.
Timber!
Jeez. And look at the damage report on it. Just hold your mouse over the archer and wonder at the fact that it's still alive.
The pilot took one hit. It's crippled. And
out of ammo because the
wow
are empty.
This is what I love. This is another thing I love about the archer. Even if it gets its ass whooped, it still can take a hell of a beating.
I mean, that's what not having an XL engine will do to you.
Jamie Wolf was a man of truly fine taste.
And I mean,
Okay.
I did bang your gladiator quite a bit, but that ardent armor is just paying off every single time.
Oh yeah. No, I learned from the last game where I put it in a poor position to do what it should be doing, which is soaking damage.
Argyle, the Ravager battle armor, which is a Marion design, as a light recoilless rifle and
I gave
heavy
some
recoilless
kicks.
rifle, sorry, and a pair of rocket launchers. One.
I gave some kicks to those troopers.
Jeez. And the Ravager is really good. It doesn't jump. That's its biggest problem compared to an Intersteer standard. It doesn't jump, but it's got more armor. It's got better guns. I think it's a very good trooper battle armor. Basically, the kind of stuff that you, like here, you drop with an helicopter.
Right.
Or if you're defending a base, you're going to deploy them, and they're going to do one hell of a job. Recoilless rifles are very, very good. Light recoilless rifle and heavy recoilless rifle on battle armors, probably some of the better weapons you can get. Physical report. You think you need to click done? I think I'm going to
right.
some battle armor teams disappear. Yeah, they're not doing their best, and I think it counts as a win because there's not enough stuff left on the table for me.
You think so?
Yep. I should have taken that off, but yeah, the enemy is retreating. You have severe damage on some of your mechs. The dropship is safe, but not in the best shape. But you survived. I think that's the most important bit of that.
And we did not have to blow up the dropship.
Exactly.
We were
Saving a
prepared to
dropship like
destroy it
that
if
is very
necessary.
good, especially since you've got another player in the master wants to get a new dropship as soon as possible. So if you start losing dropships, it's gonna look bad.
Another player? You mean the cats that are already in this campaign with us?
Yeah, there's one of the player, the guy who plays one of the guy who plays Gamma Galaxy, is looking for a new dropship.
Ah, so this might be one for him.
Well, not yet because this one's already earmarked. But Mercer's, it's probably the Mercer class is probably going to be the upgrade most of you guys are going to go to because it carries 2 stars of battle mechs. Nothing too
Nice.
fancy. It can easily be modified to carry battle armor.
Building up to a binary would be pretty cool.
That's basically where you're going. I mean, in this battle, I was expecting to destroy at least the Phoenix Hawk or the Archer, and force you to have and try to change up your lineup a bit. But you won't even have to do that because yeah, you managed to keep them alive.
Okay, so
Phoenix Hawk
question.
was Phoenix Hawk was looking really rough. A couple more hits in the center torso, and it would have.
Oh yeah, I was
But
thinking any second now that
Archer,
thing's gonna melt down.
that Archer is like falling apart and still kicking.
I love
All
the
right,
Archer so much.
it is a great mech. All right, so we'll leave it at that. I'll turn off the stream. I probably will have another game tomorrow against Master, actually. It really depends on the weather. It's weather related here more than anything else because they're announcing a bit of a snowstorm. It can affect my life a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. I thank everybody for watching. I hope you guys have a very nice rest of your day, and I'll see everybody.